In modern-day California, sex offenders are strictly monitored and most employers run background checks before employing anyone, so that they do not put these people in an environment where they can easily commit crime. However, it seems like that wasn't the case back in the 70s. When the matchmaking show called The Dating Game aired on TV in 1978, no one had any idea who the handsome bachelor number one, Rodney Alcala, really was. Rodney Alcala was born in 1943 in San Antonio, Texas, but moved to Los Angeles with his family when his father abandoned them 11 years later. Alcala was a very smart man with an IQ of 135 and earned a fine arts degree from UCLA in 1968. Sadly, being smart has nothing to do with being sane. Alcala's psychopathic tendencies manifested when he lured an 8-year-old girl named Tali Shapiro into his Hollywood apartment. Thankfully, someone saw these events unfold and quickly informed the police. When the police arrived, Alcala was nowhere to be found, but little Shapiro had already been raped and abused by him. Alcala fled to New York and used the alias John Berger to enroll in a film school at New York University, where he studied under the name Roman Polanski, but it wasn't long before some students identified him as the wanted man in the FBI posters. He was arrested, but since Shapiro's family kept her from testifying, he wasn't charged with rape. After being released from prison 3 years later, Alcala attempted to assault another underage girl and was sentenced to serve 2 more years in prison. He not only was able to get a job as a typist in Los Angeles Times, despite his criminal record, he also appeared on the show called The Dating Game. There he met a woman named Cheryl Bradshaw. Bradshaw was infatuated with Alcala's charisma and good looks, but off stage, she felt that Alcala was acting strange and decided to turn down a date with him. Had she not done that, she would have been one of Alcala's many victims who went into his apartment for a photo shoot, but never came back. Alcala continued murdering women for the next 2 years. He murdered at least 9 women across the US during this time, but some believe that his true death toll could be more than 100. The case that finally put an end to Alcala's killing spree was the abduction and murder of 12-year-old Robin Samso, who was found dead in a forested area near Sierra Madre. Samso's friends claimed that they were hanging out in a beach when a stranger came by and offered to do a photo shoot. The children declined, and Samso left for her ballet class, after which he was found dead. A composite sketch of the stranger was drawn, and Alcala's former parole officer quickly recognized the face. Alcala was arrested in 1980. The jury found him guilty of first-degree murder, and he was supposed to receive the death penalty. But the Supreme Court overturned this verdict because they felt the jury was prejudiced after hearing about Alcala's past crimes. Another trial was held 6 years later, and he received the death penalty for a second time, but this was also overturned on a technicality. Finally, in 2010, one last trial was held, which was quite the spectacle. Alcala pretended to be his own attorney, asking himself questions and answering. He also played dumb on several charges and pretended that he didn't remember killing any other women, but his efforts were futile. Alcala's DNA matched with those found in various crime scenes, and Tali Shapiro made an appearance as a witness to testify against him. This was enough for the jury to give Alcala his third and final death penalty. However, since the state of California has stopped all executions, it is unlikely for him to face capital punishment.